Hello everyone, I am The Wiz, and I am continuing my mini reviews for 1995 films. We watched some 3 interesting films last time, and I got 3 more that are also very interesting, including one I've never really thought about watching, but I am certainly glad I gave it a shot. So let's start with that one. The Bridges of Madison County, directed by Clint Eastwood. There is one statement I say after I watch a movie for the first time that cements it as a potential favorite of mine. I wish I watched it sooner. What a way to start with Clint Eastwood's weepy, bittersweet romance film, The Bridges of Madison County. The film is carried mightily by both Meryl Streep's lovesick performance and Eastwood's surprisingly sensitive yet masculine performance. It's a film that can be best described as before sunrise, but for the older crowd. It shows the blossoming of a romance until it finally needs to be separated due to life and the decisions that needed to be made. And even though I'm a huge fan of the Before trilogy by Richard Linklater, I think Bridges is a better film than Sunrise. It's incredibly tender, yet dispenses with theatrics, but tells a story that seems both Hollywood and subtle, romanticized but grounded. It's a film after finishing that leaves me surprised that it isn't considered one of the best romance films ever made. Maybe in time it'll be one of my favorites. I give The Bridges of Madison County 4.5 stars out of 5. Let's get to the next one! La Ceremonie, or The Ceremonie. The Ceremonie is a film that seems rather muted as the film starts. It has scenes that are generally quiet that sets up the life of the central character, the maid Sophie, played by Sandrine Bonnaire. The film portrays her as shy but fairly odd and at times curt, but the film shifts when she meets Jean, a postmistress played by Isabelle Huppert. And like a gravitational force, it feels like Sophie shifts and changes into... And I will stop right there with that. Huppert is excellent as Jean. You feel the film change as soon as she enters and shifts the film from a slow character study into something much more nerve-wracking and distressing. And it culminates in an ending that, well, I won't say anything else. The less you know about the film, the better you will be with The Ceremonie. I'd say simply see this movie. Read as little as a plot summary, and if you don't mind reading subtitles, just see The Ceremonie. I give it 4 stars out of 5. Will the third film be just as good as the last 2? Let's find out. The 1995 adaptation of Persuasion, directed by Roger Michell. Amongst the many iterations of stories based on Jane Austen novels, the 1995 version of Persuasion feels very no-frills compared to other adaptations. It sticks to a fairly traditional style in terms of how it's shot, much like many of the Masterpiece Theater adaptations of Austen novels. Performances are good, but I find myself particularly liking Amanda Root as Anne. Ciarán Hinds is also good, but feels kind of dry. If I'm honest, this isn't my favorite adaptation of an Austen novel. Not even the best adaptation from Masterpiece Theater. That's Pride and Prejudice if you are really curious about that. But it's definitely a solid and enjoyable film. But I'll be curious to see what the other adaptations of the story are like. I'll give Persuasion 3 stars out of 5. Alright, and that is it for this week's mini reviews. Up on the screen right now is my current top 10 list before all the mini reviews. After I'm done with the mini reviews for 1995, I'm going to re-update this list in another video. Alright guys, thank you again for watching. I will see you next time on May 10th for 3 more 1995 mini film reviews. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please like it. If you didn't, please subscribe. And if you have questions or comments, go ahead and leave a comment whether you liked it or not. It just helps, you know. If you want my written reviews, you can go onto my letterbox at IamThatWiz, or you can go to my website at IamTheWiz.com. Thank you very much again for watching. See you next time.